We have too many managers and not enough leaders. You've heard this before, but what if the problem runs deeper than corporate buzzwords? The real cancer eating your organization, it's not market disruption killing your company. It's not even AI taking jobs. It's the bloated layers of pseudo-leadership consuming resources while contributing nothing. Executives who've forgotten how to lead, and middle managers who've become professional meeting schedulers. These corporate managers are slowly strangling innovation, demoralizing top performers, and turning agile organizations into bureaucratic nightmares. The anatomy of organizational rot picture. The modern corporate pyramid. The base, frontline workers. Still doing real work. Creating value. Solving customer problems. Often the most innovative people in your company. The frozen middle. A thick layer of managers managing managers. They relay information up and down, create busy work, and justify their existence through meeting frequency rather than meaningful outcomes. The inflated top. Senior leaders so removed from reality, they make decisions based on PowerPoints and CRM charts instead of customer conversations. They take credit for wins and delegate blame for losses. Sound familiar? I'm sure you can relate. The Salesforce dilemma. When dashboards replace reality. Perhaps nowhere is this dysfunction more visible than in sales leadership. Modern sales VPs have become prisoners of their own CRM systems, living in a Salesforce-constructed reality that bears little resemblance to actual selling. The dashboard delusion. These leaders genuinely believe that if a deal isn't logged in Salesforce, it doesn't exist. They've confused data entry with sales performance, mistaking CRM hygiene for customer relationships. The input obsession. Top performers who close deals but don't meticulously update every field get labeled as poor performers or lazy producers, while mediocre reps who religiously fill out forms are celebrated as process champions. The tail is wagging the dog. The relationship blindness. Sales leaders who never join customer calls anymore don't understand that their best salespeople are often too busy actually selling to spend hours updating pipeline stages and probability percentages that change nothing about deal outcomes. This represents a broader epidemic. Leaders who've replaced field intelligence with spreadsheet intelligence, human judgment with algorithmic assumptions. Too many leaders rely on optics and aggregate dashboards from the comfort of their offices, mistaking a Salesforce dashboard for the full reality of the business. They overlook the critical need to understand how each salesperson actually manages their pipeline, prospects, and daily behaviors. Dashboards show symptoms, but not the root causes. You may say, don't we need structure? But middle management provides essential coordination and strategy. Absolutely, when they actually do it. The issue isn't having layers, it's what those layers do with their time and authority. Real leadership amplifies team performance. Pseudo-leadership creates bottlenecks and bureaucracy. Real leaders coach their people based on actual customer interactions. Pseudo-leaders coach spreadsheet completion. Real leaders own problems. Pseudo-leaders own only the credit and blame reps when the CRM data doesn't match reality. The devastating statistics. The numbers tell a brutal story. 70% of good ideas die before reaching decision-makers according to McKinsey research, killed by gatekeeping middle managers who fear innovation threatens their relevance. The sales reps spend only 34% of their time actually selling according to HubSpot findings, with the majority consumed by CRM updates, internal meetings, and administrative tasks demanded by data-obsessed managers. Over the last 15 years, many organizations, under the guise of cost saving, have turned account executives into admins, customer service reps, and tech support. The result? Selling has taken a back seat. Reps now spend more time on tasks that should be delegated, diluting their impact and killing the true spirit of sales. Top-performing salespeople are 50% more likely to leave organizations with excessive CRM requirements and micromanagement. Salesforce's own State of Sales report, the irony is palpable. In companies with fewer management layers make decisions 50% faster and with higher quality outcomes according to Harvard Business Review. So why hire a frontline manager, then strip them of authority to approve credits, refunds, or customer concessions? Why trust a VP but not the person closest to the deal? Why slow decisions instead of empowering people and holding them accountable for smart judgment? Trust isn't a risk, it's a multiplier. 78% of sales leaders admit they've never closed a single deal in their current role, yet they shape strategy based solely on dashboards, without first-hand insight or field credibility. Worse, many aren't true strategists or trained tacticians. Data without context isn't leadership, it's guesswork in a suit. Real-world realities, when CRM obsession kills sales. The HubSpot paradox. A VP of sales at a major tech firm fired his 4 top-performing reps, each exceeding quota by 30%, because their Salesforce data wasn't clean enough. His motto? No slacking tolerated, regardless of performance. These reps were too busy closing deals to update probability percentages. 6 months later, the company missed its annual target by the exact amount those reps had been generating. The reps? Snapped up by a competitor who valued outcomes over CRM hygiene. The VP? Fired for poor performance. Had he shown empathy, understood the context, and led with balance, he might still have his job. The pipeline theater. At a SaaS startup, the VP demanded daily pipeline reviews where reps spent 2 hours updating CRM data for every 30 minutes of actual customer interaction. Star performers left for competitors, citing death by data entry as their reason for departure. The lead score fallacy. A sales director rejected qualified prospects because they didn't meet the marketing-generated lead scoring criteria in Salesforce. Meanwhile, his best rep was closing deals with unqualified leads found through networking, deals that never appeared in the VP's dashboard reality. The Netflix model eliminated most middle management positions and gave teams direct access to senior leadership. Essence: flattened structures drive speed, autonomy, and engagement. Removing unnecessary approval chains unlocks innovation. The Spotify experiment created autonomous squads with minimal hierarchy. When traditional management layers were added, innovation slowed and turnover increased. Essence: autonomy fuels creativity. Adding layers kills momentum and demotivates top talent. The General Electric cautionary tale. Under Jack Welch's rank and yank system, GE built layers of managers evaluating other managers. The company's decline mirrored this managerial bloat. Essence: bureaucracy masquerading as performance management creates waste, fear, and dysfunction. 5 red flags. Your organization has leadership bloat. 1. CRM. Over customer reality. Your sales leaders make decisions based on Salesforce reports rather than customer conversations. They penalize top performers for poor data hygiene while praising mediocre reps for form completion. 2. Meeting mania. Your managers spend more time talking about work than actually working. Or worse, they spend more time reviewing CRM data than coaching real selling skills. 3. Credit allocation. Success stories always feature the same executives taking credit for deals they never touched, while failures are blamed on poor pipeline management or data accuracy issues. 4. Information hoarding. Knowledge flows up through dashboards but rarely back down as actionable coaching. Reps get lectured about pipeline stages, but never trained on objection handling. 5. Innovation. Graveyard. Great ideas from frontline workers disappear because they don't fit the CRM workflow or can't be easily measured in a dashboard. The hard questions. Every leader should ask, before you dismiss this as another management trend, ask yourself, if your VP of sales spends more time in Salesforce than with customers, what insights are they actually providing? Are you measuring sales performance by deals closed or by CRM completion rates? When did you last promote someone based on actual customer results versus their ability to generate clean reports? How many of your underperforming reps are actually top closers who just hate data entry? What percentage of your sales meetings focus on pipeline hygiene versus actual selling skills? The most damning question. If Salesforce went down for a month, would your sales leadership team know how to evaluate performance? These aren't comfortable questions, but they're necessary ones. The prescription. Surgery, not band-aids. Step 1. Audit for value creation. For every leadership role, ask, what would break if this person left? If the answer is reporting structure rather than customer value, you've identified the problem. Step 2. Measure what matters. Stop evaluating managers on team size or meeting attendance. Start measuring them on team performance improvement, decision velocity, and development of their people. Step 3. Flatten with purpose. Don't just eliminate layers, redesign workflows. Create cross-functional teams with clear ownership and direct customer connections. Step 4. Promote performance, not politics. The best predictor of management success isn't tenure or charisma. It's the track record of making other people more effective. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Your company probably doesn't need fewer employees. It needs fewer pretenders. The real leaders are already there. They're the ones frustrated by bureaucracy, fighting to serve customers despite organizational obstacles, and quietly keeping things running while layers of pseudo-leaders take credit. The question isn't whether you can afford to make these changes. It's whether you can afford not to. What's your next move? Start by looking in the mirror. Are you adding value or just adding layers? Are you accelerating your team's success or creating friction? Because in today's competitive landscape, organizations can't afford passengers in leadership roles. The companies that recognize this truth and act on it will thrive. The ones that don't will join the growing graveyard of once great organizations killed by their own leadership bloat.